Welcome Japanese woodblock print collectors and enthusiasts. We have an exciting unboxing today with 12 original woodblock prints that I won at auction. And I'm unboxing them here for the first time and sharing them with you. One of my viewers commented that I should talk more about print value in these videos. So I'll be adding some of that to my commentary this time. And let me know in the comments if you like this approach or if you'd prefer less about pricing and more about something else. Okay, let's open this up and we'll see what we've got. Okay, it's just me and my trusty X-Acto knife once again into the breach. I'm excited to see the condition of these prints. Quite an assortment of plastic envelopes and cardboard. And the first print, let's pull this out. Is backed and a little dirty, but look at that great image. I am such a Kunichika fan. Next, this looks like two prints that were never separated. It's by Yoshitoshi. Amazing condition. This one is obviously backed, a little shabby, but the color is good. Oh, very nice. The color on this print is really bright. Just some dirt along the bottom edge from people's grubby fingers. And I see another Kuniyoshi, some pinholes along the border, but not bad considering the age. A restaurant print for my personal collection. A backed Yoshitoshi print with excellent color. We'll learn more about what's happening here. And another back print. It's been remargined. I'll talk about that in a little bit. This is a fun print. I just had to buy it. There's some insect damage in the top left. And a Sharaku reprint. I'll probably sell it for what I paid for it. And finally, a really nice quality Yoshitoshi. Surprisingly nice. And that's it. Okay, now let's take a deeper dive and we'll learn more about the prints we just unboxed. This first print is from a wonderful 1885 series by Toyohara Kunichika called A Collection of Modern Fashions. And it shows the famous actor Onoe Kikugoro in the dressing room getting ready for a performance. Kunichika used to hang out with all the actors of the day, go drinking with them, and he would talk them into him making prints of them, etc., etc. And he had access to their dressing rooms. He has several series on this behind-the-scenes topic. And I love the over-the-top stylization in this series. It's a profile view, but the eye is not in profile. And there's a red framed mirror behind him, but he has no reflection. The oversized kanji creates this great backdrop to the whole scene. And look at the detail in the hair. And here's another from that same series, so you can see how he kind of continues these same design conventions. I'll probably end up keeping this from my personal collection. This is a Yoshitoshi print from his comical series, Crazy Pictures of Famous Places in Tokyo from 1881. It's actually two prints printed on the same sheet of paper. On the top, we see a fight at the Ueno hillside between blind masseurs and what looks like a noodle stand. And I don't know what they're fighting about, but scenes of fighting masseurs were common. Perhaps they were easily angered. And the bottom print is called Musicians Fart at the Ueno Toshogu Shrine Festival. It reminds us that farts are always funny, no matter what country you're in. This fun series really makes you realize what an expert Yoshitoshi was at illustrating the human form. He has this realistic Western style, and due to the smaller format and subject matter, these prints are quite affordable at a few $100s each, depending on the quality. This next print is for my own collection. As some of you probably know by now, I collect restaurant-themed prints, and this is from the collaborative series by Kunisada and Hiroshige. The series is called Famous Restaurants of the Eastern Capital. Eastern Capital is Tokyo. The name of the restaurant in the background is Ebiya, and it's famous for their lobster and shrimp. Ebi means shrimp in Japanese. In the foreground, we see Ichikawa Danjuro VIII in the role of Ebizako no Ju. See, his name is Ebizako, and the restaurant is Ebiya. And that's one of the ways they tied these themes together. You can find prints from this series from $200 to $500. And once I have the complete series, I think there's more value there. But you have to find the right collector. My collection has prints from a variety of sources, and the quality is inconsistent. So that has less value than if all the prints in the series were printed at the same time and were of consistent quality. I wanted to show you this really cool boxed set I got a while back. This is the complete 50 prints from the famous restaurants of the Eastern Capital. It's beautifully designed and packaged. Of course, all the prints are modern lithographs and not woodblocks. Now let's have a look at my print and compare it. Yeah, not bad. The red and yellow colors seem to have faded the most. And I love this book. It's a great reference. Moving on. Here's a really nice quality print from Kuniyoshi, 1848, of Oni Kojima, from the series Courageous Generals of Kai and Echigo Provinces. It's number 14 in the series. The subject is Oni Kojima. He was one of the leading generals of the Sengoku period in Japan. He was supposed to be a demon in combat, and that gave him his nickname, Demon, or Oni Kojima. And here he's shown climbing through a broken fence. His weapon of choice was supposed to be a kanabo, which is this type of a club weapon. Now imagine getting hit with that. But if we zoom in on his kimono, he actually has a hammer design. This large hammer weapon is called an otsuchi and was mainly used for breaking down doors. So in this story, maybe that was his weapon of choice. Price-wise, you're looking at $400 to $900, depending on the subject matter and the quality for prints in this series. Then we have this other Kuniyoshi warrior print. This is from the Heroic Stories of the Taiheki from 1850. This series had 50 prints of warriors involved in the civil wars in the 16th century. In this print, the subject is Hori Ran Maru Nageyasu, and he's just 18 years old. He's dressed in some beautiful formal kimono. He's just knocked the cap off of Takachi Mitsuhide with his steel fan that he's holding. And later, Mitsuhide attacks Nageyasu and kills him. There's a lot of energy in this print. The flowing robes, the falling hat, his posture, and the swirling waves on the screen behind him. When we think of warrior prints, we think of Kuniyoshi first, and this was one of his most popular series. Depending on the quality and the subject, I've seen prints from this series sell from $300 to $2,000. And I know that's a wide range, but a print that's in fair condition and not one of the better designs would be on the low end. And a print that's in great condition and one of the better designs would be on the high end. This is by the artist Kunichika of Ikenohashi Sukiyacho from the series 36 Tokyo Restaurants. In the foreground are actual geisha that worked in the restaurants. This one is holding a pipe and wearing an interesting Western style overcoat. In the inset image at the top, there's a small scene from the restaurant. The background has this diagonal split between a brilliant red asa no ha, or hemp leaf pattern on the top, and a monochromatic sumi-e style image on the bottom. I have 25 of the 36 prints, which you can see on our website. It's another inexpensive series to collect at around $100 to $200 a print. This next print is from a hard-to-find series by Yoshitoshi called Honorable News Story. It shows the leader of the Tengu Party rebellion, Takeda Kounsai, and he's standing on a hill watching his troops fight a long battle. And unfortunately for him, he did not win the rebellion, and I think he committed seppuku at the Kodaiji temple. Yoshitoshi is one of the most popular artists due to his exceptional style and often horrific and sensational print designs. This specific series is hard to find, but still affordable from what I've seen at between $500, $600 and under. This one is a beautiful landscape print by Keisai Eisen from the series 8 Views of Edo. It's called View of Mount Tsukuba from the Sumida River, done in 1843. The view is from the perspective of the Mimeguri Jinja, which is a Shinto shrine on the banks of the Sumida River. I really like the perspective on this image. We can see the gate of the shrine in the foreground, and then the people on the path, and the boats, the village, the geese descending, and Mount Tsukuba in the distance. Eisen was known for his prints of beautiful women, but he was adept at landscapes as well. And here's another from the same series, so you can see what I mean. And I mentioned during the unboxing that this print was remargined. And that means that somebody cut the print down to the edge at one time to fit into an album or something. And later somebody else pasted it onto some backing paper. Unfortunately, this reduces the value since it removes the original publisher stamp that you can see in this print from the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. But I have no reason to think that this is not an original from the 1840s. The value will still probably be only a few $100s, though, due to the remargining. Moving on. This unusual Kunisada print caught my eye due to the flirty glance between the kabuki actor Nakamura Shikan IV and the large cartoony mouse in the background. It's a print that stands alone, but it can also be combined to become the center panel of a triptych. Unfortunately, I didn't get the other panels. It has this very bold background pattern The towel features gaffrage, which is an embossing technique that gives it some texture. I saw this whole triptych sell for $800 on one site. I doubt the value of this central print alone will be more than a few $100s, but I bet you there's a buyer out there that collects sexy animal-related prints. And who am I to judge? The Sharaku reproduction print of the actor Bando Mitsugoro II. I recently did a video on Sharaku that you should check out if you haven't seen it already. Unless you're in the top 3%, it's impossible to own an original Sharaku print. This one sold at Christie's for $101,000 in 2004. But there are many publishers over the past 200 plus years that have published reprints of Sharaku's famous work. And people like you and I can buy them at a very reasonable cost. The other major benefit of having a reprint is that you don't have to worry so much about the sun damaging it. And finally, we have a Yoshitoshi newspaper supplement print. I think these are great to collect since they tell true sensational news stories of the day, much like a tabloid newspaper. The story here is that a wicked foreigner in Nagasaki refused to pay a prostitute, but he accidentally dropped his gold watch on leaving, and later he sued the woman for theft. And here you can see him cruelly kicking her on the way out, and his dropped pocket watch on the floor. What an asshole. I don't know what the outcome of the case was, but the story leaves us with this great illustration by Yoshitoshi. You can find most of these news story prints for between $150 to $300, with the exception of some standouts like this one by Yoshitoshi that I've seen sell for close to $1,000. Thanks for watching this unboxing. In the comments, let me know if you liked the additional pricing information or not. Keep in mind that art galleries like ours can charge whatever they want for prints in order to pay for their internal costs and to get their profit margins. At online auctions, you can sometimes find good deals, but you also have to pay the at least 20% auction fee, plus shipping, handling, and insurance, which really increases the cost. Until next time, please like and subscribe, and happy collecting.